Have you ever found yourself staring at the ceiling in the dead of night, mind racing, body tired, yet sleep just seems to elude you? It's a frustrating and unfortunately all too common experience. Or maybe you do manage to drift off, only to wake up feeling just as exhausted, if not more, than when you went to bed. This is not just about feeling a little groggy in the morning. This is about your overall health, your well-being, your ability to function at your best. And what if I told you there is a way to change that, to transform your sleep from a source of frustration to a source of rejuvenation? What if I told you that achieving truly restorative, high-quality sleep is not about some complex, expensive regimen, but about embracing a series of simple, yet incredibly effective habits? You see, in today's fast-paced, always-on world, sleep is often treated as an afterthought, a luxury we can't afford. We live in a culture that glorifies the grind, the endless hustle, where sleep deprivation is worn as a badge of honor. Think about it. How often have you heard someone boast about how little sleep they need to function? We're constantly bombarded with messages that tell us to do more, be more, achieve more, often at the expense of our rest. This grind culture has warped our perception of sleep, turning it into something we try to minimize rather than maximize. It tells us that sleeping is losing. But what if we flip that script? What if instead of viewing sleep as an obstacle to productivity, we recognized it as the very foundation of it? I want you to consider a radical idea, a shift in perspective that has the power to revolutionize not only your sleep, but your entire life. I want you to start thinking of yourself as a professional sleeper. A professional prioritizes their craft. They dedicate time and effort to honing their skills. They treat their work with respect and dedication. They have schedules, routines, and rituals designed to optimize their performance. They understand that success in their field requires consistent effort and a commitment to excellence. So what if you applied that same level of dedication, that same professional mindset to your sleep? What if you started treating sleep not as something you squeeze in when you have time, but as the most important job you have? Let us explore a study that underscores the profound impact of sleep. Imagine a group of individuals restricted to just 5 hours of sleep per night for a week. Now, compare their cognitive performance to that of individuals operating under the influence of alcohol. The results are striking. The sleep-deprived group performed just as poorly on cognitive tests as those who were under the influence of alcohol. This is a powerful illustration of just how critical sleep is for our mental function. It demonstrates that chronic sleep deprivation can impair our judgment, reaction time, and overall cognitive abilities as much as being under the influence of alcohol. When we are sleep-deprived, we are essentially operating in a state of diminished capacity, and yet we often expect ourselves to perform at our best. This clearly demonstrates that sleep is not merely about feeling rested. It's about enabling our brains and bodies to function optimally. And we can help our bodies function optimally by using 10 key habits. The first habit on our path to becoming a professional sleeper is to wholeheartedly embrace this new identity. It's about making a conscious decision to prioritize sleep above all else. It's about saying, my sleep is non-negotiable. This might mean saying no to that late-night movie marathon or that extra hour of work. It might mean setting boundaries with your friends, family, and even yourself. It's about recognizing that sleep is not a sign of laziness or a waste of time, but a fundamental pillar of a healthy, productive, and fulfilling life. This shift in mindset is the crucial first step. It's the foundation upon which all other habits will be built. It is not just about changing your behavior, it's about changing your entire relationship with sleep. Now that you are ready to embrace your role as a professional sleeper, the second habit is establishing a consistent sleep schedule. This means going to bed and waking up around the same time every day, even on weekends. Yes, even on weekends. I know it might sound daunting, especially if you enjoy sleeping in on your days off. But trust me on this consistency is vital. Our bodies thrive on routine. We have an internal clock called the circadian rhythm that regulates our sleep-wake cycle. This internal clock is influenced by external cues, primarily light and darkness, but also by the regularity of our routines. When you go to bed and wake up at the same time each day, you're essentially training your body's internal clock, helping it to anticipate sleep and wakefulness. This leads to more consistent, higher quality sleep. Think of it like this. Imagine trying to learn a new dance routine, but every time you practiced, the music started at a different point and played at a different tempo. It would be incredibly difficult to master the routine, wouldn't it? Your body's internal clock is the same way. It needs that consistent rhythm to function optimally. This does not mean you have to become a robot, rigidly adhering to a schedule down to the last minute. It is about finding a sleep-wake time that works for you and sticking to it as consistently as possible. The third habit is creating a relaxing, pre-sleep routine. This is your wind-down ritual, a series of calming activities you engage in 30 to 60 minutes before bed to signal to your body that it's time to prepare for sleep. Think of it as a gentle transition from the hustle and bustle of the day to the peaceful sanctuary of sleep. This could involve taking a warm bath, reading a physical book, practicing gentle yoga or meditation, listening to calming music, or anything else that helps you relax and unwind. The key is to choose activities that you genuinely enjoy and that help to quiet your mind and body. This routine is not just about passing the time, it is about creating a deliberate shift in your mental and physical state. It is about actively preparing yourself for sleep. This is also the perfect time to disconnect from electronic devices. The blue light emitted from our phones, tablets, and computers can interfere with our body's natural sleep-wake cycle, making it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. Now let us talk about food. Habit number 4 is about eating earlier and avoiding heavy meals close to bedtime. When you eat a large meal right before bed, your body is still busy digesting when it should. Be focusing on rest and repair. This can lead to poor sleep quality and even digestive issues. Think of it like trying to clean your house while a party is still going on. It's just not very efficient. Aim to have your last meal at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. This gives your body ample time to digest your food before you lie down to sleep. And when you do eat in the evening, opt for lighter, easily digestible meals. A heavy, greasy meal might sound tempting, but it's likely to leave you feeling uncomfortable and restless throughout the night. Habit number 5 involves avoiding stimulants like alcohol and caffeine, especially in the afternoon and evening. Caffeine, as we all know, is a stimulant that can interfere with your ability to fall asleep and stay asleep. It's like pressing the accelerator in your brain when you should be easing off the gas. But many people do not realize that alcohol, while it might initially make you feel sleepy, can actually disrupt your sleep later in the night. It might help you fall asleep faster, but it often leads to fragmented, less restful sleep. You might wake up feeling groggy and unrested, even if you technically got enough hours of sleep. So be mindful of your caffeine intake, especially after noon. And if you choose to drink alcohol, do so in moderation and avoid consuming it close to bedtime. It is best to err on the side of caution and limit, or avoid these substances altogether, particularly if you are serious about improving your sleep. Habit number 6 is all about regulating your exposure to light, especially at night. Light plays a crucial role in regulating our circadian rhythm. Exposure to bright light, particularly blue light emitted from electronic devices, in the evening, can suppress the production of melatonin, a hormone that helps us fall asleep. Think of light as a signal to your brain. Bright light, especially blue light, is like a wake-up signal, while darkness is a time-to-sleep signal. So, in the evening, you want to minimize your exposure to bright light. Dim the lights in your home, use lamps instead of overhead lights, and as we mentioned earlier, put away those electronic devices at least 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Consider using blue light filters on your devices, or wearing blue light blocking glasses in the evening. These glasses might look a little unusual, but they can be a game changer for your sleep. The 7th habit is about maintaining an ideal temperature for sleep. Did you know that your body temperature naturally drops as you fall asleep? A cooler room can actually help facilitate this process, making it easier to fall asleep and stay asleep. Most experts recommend a room temperature of around 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit, or 15 to 19 degrees Celsius, for optimal sleep. Of course, the ideal temperature can vary slightly from person to person, so you might need to experiment a little to find what works best for you. But generally speaking, a slightly cooler room is better for sleep than a warm one. Think of it like creating a cozy, cool cave for your slumber. If you tend to get cold at night, you can always use extra blankets or wear warmer pajamas. The key is to find a temperature that's comfortable for you and allows you to sleep soundly through the night. Creating a peaceful sleep environment is habit number 8. Your bedroom should be a sanctuary dedicated solely to sleep. This means removing distractions like televisions, computers, and work materials. Think of your bedroom as a sacred space, reserved exclusively for rest and relaxation. It should be a place where you feel calm, comfortable, and safe. Invest in comfortable bedding, pillows, and a supportive mattress. Consider using blackout curtains to block out unwanted light, earplugs to muffle distracting noises, or a white noise machine to create a soothing soundscape. If you share a room with someone who has a different sleep schedule or habits, you might need to get creative and find solutions that work for both of you. This could involve using a sleep mask, earplugs, or even a room divider to create a more personalized and peaceful sleep environment. These changes might seem small, but they can make a big difference in the quality of your sleep. Habit number 9 is about exposing yourself to natural light in the morning. Just as darkness helps us prepare for sleep, light helps us wake up and feel energized. When you expose yourself to natural light soon after waking, it helps to regulate your circadian rhythm, reinforcing your body's natural sleep-wake cycle. Think of it like a reset button for your internal clock. It signals to your body that it's time to be awake and alert. Try opening your curtains or blinds as soon as you wake up, or better yet, step outside for a few minutes and soak up some morning sunlight. Even on cloudy days, natural light is still more powerful than most indoor lighting. This simple act can make a significant difference in how you feel throughout the day. It can help you feel more alert, focused, and energized. Finally, habit number 10 involves monitoring your sleep. In today's technologically advanced world, there are numerous devices that can help you track your sleep patterns. These devices can provide valuable insights into the quantity and quality of your sleep, allowing you to identify areas for improvement and track your progress over time. Think of it as having a personal sleep detective, gathering data and providing you with clues to unlock the mysteries of your own sleep. They can tell you how long you slept, how often you woke up during the night, and even how much time you spent in different sleep stages. This information can be incredibly helpful in understanding your sleep patterns and identifying any potential issues. This data can empower you to make informed decisions about your sleep habits and adjust your routine as needed. It allows you to see the direct impact of the changes you're making and fine-tune your approach to achieve optimal results. Now, it's important to acknowledge that not all solutions are created equal and accessibility can vary. While establishing a consistent sleep schedule, creating a relaxing pre-sleep routine, and optimizing your sleep environment are generally free and accessible to most people, some solutions, like sleep tracking devices, can be more expensive. However, it's important to remember that even small, consistent changes in your habits can lead to significant improvements in your sleep quality over time. You don't need to invest in expensive gadgets to start benefiting from these habits. Start with the basics, focus on consistency, and gradually incorporate other strategies as you're able to. It's also essential to recognize that everyone's lifestyle is different. What works for one person might not work for another. If you work night shifts, for example, your sleep schedule will naturally be different from someone who works a traditional 9-to-5 job. The key is to adapt these habits to your individual circumstances and preferences. If you share a room with a partner who has different sleep habits, you might need to compromise and find solutions that work for both of you. Maybe you can use a sleep mask or earplugs to minimize disruptions. If you're a natural night owl, you might find it more challenging to wake up early in the morning. Instead of forcing yourself to adhere to an early bird schedule, you might be better off adjusting your sleep-wake times to align with your natural tendencies. The goal is to find a routine that feels sustainable and works for your unique lifestyle. Don't be afraid to experiment and find what works best for you. These 10 habits, when practiced consistently, can truly transform your sleep, leading to improved physical health, enhanced cognitive function, and greater emotional well-being. Remember, becoming a professional sleeper is a journey, not a destination. It's about making a commitment to yourself, to your health, to your well-being. It's about recognizing that sleep is not a luxury, but a fundamental necessity, as vital to your well-being as the air you breathe and the food you eat. You are prioritizing your sleep, not just for the sake of feeling rested, but for the sake of living a fuller, richer, more vibrant life. And that is a goal worth striving for. It is a journey of self-discovery, of learning to listen to your body's needs and honoring them. It is a journey of prioritizing your well-being, of recognizing that you deserve to feel your best, both physically and mentally. And it all starts with a good night's sleep. So, are you ready to take on the role of a professional sleeper? Are you ready to unlock the transformative power of sleep and experience the profound impact it can have on every aspect of your life? The journey to a more rested, rejuvenated you begins now.